Hello everybody, I am the Black Sigma, or you could just call me Eric, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All. Let's see if one of the other questions regarding this statement... Oh, it's this statement that brings up the multiple choice. Oh. Never mind. I don't get that multiple choice a second time. Around what time did the police arrive at the scene? I suppose that would have been around... Hey, what time was it? I think it was around... I'd say a bit after 10:30 p.m., I think? Practice ended at 10, so you hung around the lodging house the entire time? I guess that sounds about right. Wasn't it awfully cold? Can't believe you'd just stand outside in that weather. Well, the truth is... Will you shut up, you big-nosed dope? Why are you telling him anything extra? Why can't you believe that we just stand outside in that weather? Well, maybe you were... waiting for someone. What? Who said we were waiting for someone? Mr. Phoenix Wright, we can all do without your offhanded theories. But this witness, he's cracking under the pressure already. I'm onto something. Mr. Wright, who do you suppose the witness was waiting for out in the cold that night? Your Honor, I believe that the witness was waiting for a one Regina Berry in order to propose to her. No, Your Honor, I am not kidding. The puppet was going to propose to this woman. If he was waiting outside in the cold, it was for one person. And one person only. He was waiting for the animal tamer Regina. What? You were waiting outside for Regina to come back to the lodging house. Am I mistaken? Is this true? Well, you can't really ask me that question. Who cares who I was waiting for that night? What's important is what I saw, don't you forget it. Well, the puppet may be a bit stiff, but he's right. Alright. There is obviously a reason why this witness was there that night. He spent all that time waiting for Regina to arrive. Moreover, even if someone else would have walked right in front of him, I doubt he would have paid them a second thought. Ah! That makes perfect sense. What did you just say? The witness saw the defendant at the scene of the crime. However, he did not see the victim on his way to eventual demise. If you accept that, then you must accept that there is a high likelihood that he could have missed someone else other than Max heading to the Ow! There is absolutely no proof that the witness was waiting for the animal tamer. I guess you got me. Alright, I'll spill the beans for real this time. It's true, I was waiting for Regina. Pain! Don't volunteer things. Mr. Quist, tell us the truth this time, and I mean the whole truth. Were you or were you not waiting for Regina at the entrance to the lodging house? I was. I was waiting to propose to her. You were what? Waiting to propose? What's the matter? You think that humans have a monopoly on marriage? I mean... kinda. I mean, even when animals get married to each other, it is humans doing the marrying because, like, the animals don't have the sentience to do that. So it's... yeah, humans kinda run that shit, you know? You're the judge, I mean, look at your horrible outfit. More pain! Thanks to your bumbling, my perfect plan is not so perfect anymore. Now we have to waste time getting to the bottom of some silly proposal by a puppet. Yeah, fair point, Karma. Don't be so surprised that I was gonna propose to her. I even had something to give to her. Kept it in my pocket, waiting for the chance to propose and give it to her. Also had it in my pocket that night. It was a present for her. In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket. I don't believe you. You're going to propose? You, a puppet? Don't be so obtuse! Just because I'm a puppet doesn't mean I can't love. I guess you're right. Just because I'm old doesn't mean I couldn't propose to her too. Ms. Von Karma, I would like to take a moment to draw your attention to what the judge just said. He said that just because he's old, he couldn't propose to a young Ms. Regina Berry. If you'd take a look at your court record... Ah, Mr. Wright. Are you saying that the judge is... I'm afraid I am, Von Karma. Your Honor, I think you may have some, illegal, intentions with Ms. Regina Berry. Or at least, you acknowledge the possibility of it. Whatever do you mean, Mr. Wright? I mean she's 16, you creepy old fuck. Mr. Wright, I will not allow you to say such things to me in court. Hey, I may be legal, but she is not. You cannot say such things about a girl her age. Bailiff, have the judge arrested at once. God, that was a stupid bit. Exactly. His Honor is looking a little less than honorable right now. In fact, incredibly fucking pedophilic. Okay, Mr. Wright, please continue with your cross-examination. What was with that sigh at the end? He's probably sick of my shit, Maya. Anyway, don't be surprised you were gonna propose. You had something to give her. What was it that you planned on giving her? You know what I was gonna give her, the only thing that could match her beauty. An engagement ring! Wow! Those two nearly fell out of their chairs. Mr. Phoenix Wright's joke has gone too far. Not the one about the judge being a pedophile, though. That one was kind of on point. Time for this to end right here, though. Francisca's whip looks like it's about to lash out at almost anything. One hit from that thing will probably shut someone up for a long time. Push on anyway. Maybe something of a joke, but this is a historic moment. First time that a puppet's ever proposed to Phoenix. That is not what I thought you meant by push on. I thought you meant you'd press the testimony further. Not go on about the historic moment of a puppet proposing to a human. Why? I advise you to cut this argument short. I second that. I'm going to have to agree with the defense. Will the witness please revise the testimony about the engagement ring? Okay. Engagement ring. Diamond... Wait, diamond-shaped stone cut from glass, more brilliant than the real thing. Right. Gotta be something I can catch him on. Kept it in his pocket, waited for a chance to give her. Whose pocket was it in? His, not Ben's. Okay. Had it in your pocket that night. It was a present for her. Went to the lodging house to give it to her. Tried to give it to her during practice. But Max kept getting in the way. Well, that's really great testimony for my case, Max. Anyway, in the end, he wasn't able to give it to her, so he's still got it in his pocket. Come on, you saw this contradiction a mile away, right? I just wanted to press the testimony to get the fact that it was an engagement ring very clear.
Objection!
Trilo, do you mind if I show you something? Well, what is it? What are you talking about? Uh-oh, looks like they're gonna double team me now. Do you recognize this ring? Ah, that's mine! Give it back! Thief! Thief! Didn't you just testify about this very object? I believe you said. In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket? Why then do I have it right here? Ah! What is going on here? That's Ben, say something. Don't put me on the spot like that, Trilo. I found this in Money's room. Pardon my burp. Money's room? You mean a room they put money in, like a bank vault? That filthy monkey's gonna get what's coming to him. Mr. Quist, I would prefer if you avoided slandering innocent fiats in my court. No, Your Honor, there's been a misunderstanding. Money really is a monkey, in every sense of the word. Money's room. Money is the monkey, it was his room. I see. Well then. Money, the monkey, likes to go after the shiniest things that he can find and gather them up. Shiny things? Trilo, when was this ring stolen from you? Well, I suppose it was that time, you know, that night, the night of the crime. What did you just say? Details, I need more details. Well, it was stolen right after Max showed up in the plaza. Oh wow, I like that their blinking is one after another. That's a nice detail in the animation. That they don't blink at the same time, it's... Anyway. Right after the crime, or right about when you saw the defendant walk past? Well, I guess you might, be able to say that. The ring might have, well, it could have been taken around that time. Oh, yeah, oh! I see. Ben, what's with you? Whatever. Has nothing to do with anything, especially not who committed the murder. It's not for you to decide what has to do with that. Now, Trilo, back to the topic at hand. Haven't admitted a thing. Not I, not Mr. Trilo Quist. What did you do when the ring was taken, Trilo? You know exactly what I did. I chased after that ring-snatching monkey Money. But you weren't able to catch up with him, were you? It's all this slow, loafy fool called Ben's fault. While he was fumbling his way through the snow, that dumb monkey was able to get away. That is indeed an incredible shame. Well, this does indeed prove one very important point. Prove an important point? What could that point possibly be? Ben's testimony has a flaw. He left his post at the entrance to the lodge. Therefore, someone else could have gone past while he was away. Huge contradiction in the testimony. Contradiction? Witness just testified to the following effect: until the police arrived, he didn't move from the entrance to the plaza. However, the witness just stated that he chased after Money the Monkey. When the witness was off chasing Money, there was no one watching the plaza. What is the meaning of all of this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Where are you going with this little theory of yours? I'm saying that there is no possible way that this witness saw the plaza the entire time. That's where I'm going with this little theory, which leads me to my next point. It is entirely possible that someone other than the defendant was at the scene. Interesting, Mr. Wright. Well then, tell me this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Do you have any proof that something slipped past this vigilant ventriloquist? Well, he obviously didn't see the victim, the ringmaster, arrive on the scene. However, that doesn't change the fact that he saw the defendant arrive. The witness is lying. He was blinded by his rivalry with Max. Well, the defense's argument does hold water. This witness does have a history of animosity towards the defendant. What? How dare you? I wouldn't lie just to get that dork face in trouble. He's not even worth it. I saw him, no doubt about it. I saw that worthless liar. Well, just for clarity's sake, let's flesh out exactly who you saw on that night. I told you many times, you'd think you'd know. Story isn't changing. Already changed your story, Stick Boy, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna change some more. Where there's one lie, there are usually many more behind it. Exactly, Maya. That's why we have to keep after him. Yeah. So, I'll give you that I was waiting that night for Regina. Doesn't change the fact he saw Max in the plaza that night. Showed up after you'd been waiting there for about 5 minutes. Said good evening to him, but he didn't even acknowledge my presence. I'm absolutely sure it was him who saw Maximilian Galactica at the scene. No way I could mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. Well, anyone could wear those 3 symbols and appear to be Max Galactica. Money didn't show up until after you saw him. Right. How long was it until you came back to where you were waiting? 5 minutes. Victim could have arrived on the scene in that 5-minute stretch. Cross-examination. Let's-a go. He didn't acknowledge your presence. Okay. Huh. Something wrong with this bit of testimony? you said good evening to, Max. What about Ben? Oh, that's, not it. Okie dokie. Ow, 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 ow. Okay. Thank you, Von Karma. I, needed my head to be set straight. Thanks. Thanks, Okay, anyway. Trilo's evening greeting. Isn't it a bit strange to you? What do you mean? Well, if you hate Max so much, why would you bother being nice to him? There we go. It was the thing I said the first time, not the, other bit. It strikes me as somewhat strange. Why would it? How is it strange to be cordial to a co-worker? Well, if it was simply just being cordial to a co-worker, I could understand. Ow. Proof is everything. No reason that Trilo would ever say something nice to Max. How do I go about proving that with evidence? Bluffing? This is a really stupid bluff. He hit you over the head earlier that morning, so why would you say hello? Objection! There's no way this... Maya was right. I just had to bluff my way through it. Okay. Trilo, is it not true that you had a fight with Max on the day of the murder? A fight? A fight over Regina, to be exact. It wasn't that big of a deal. It was just an argument. Disagreement at the most. Disagreement usually doesn't end with someone being clonked over the head. Ah! That morning, Ben got clobbered over the head by Max, didn't he? What? Is that an admission of assault and battery? Ouch! Before we handle that, we should wrap up the defendant's murder charge first. Thank you, Von Karma. But also we should probably wrap up the judge's pedophilia charge. That's kind of important as well. Anyway, the truth is that on the day of the crime, the defendant and witness had a huge fight. Absolutely no way they would have suddenly become cordial that evening. Moreover, just consider the personality of the witness on the stand. There's no way a puppet this lewd would just up and say good evening to his rival. I mean, Phoenix, you're not wrong. The puppet is lewd in the sexual manner. He did do that bit in his song earlier, but I'm going to presume Phoenix isn't explicitly meaning sexual when he says lewd in this context. It's just, please don't call the witness a lewd puppet. Ah! Are you saying this witness is lying? That he is trying to frame the defendant by claiming to have seen him at the crime scene? I didn't tell a single lie, honestly, I just... That's enough from you, Mr. Quist. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? Let's clarify this testimony for the court. Could you explain explain your theory about who the witness actually saw that night? Obviously, Your Honor, he did see someone. Of that I'm certain. But he saw someone else. My belief the witness did indeed see someone that night. It was just someone else. That's who he said good evening to. What kind of theory is that? The correct one. Furthermore, I don't believe the person the witness saw was Max at all. What? If he had truly met Max that night, there would have been no greeting at all. Which means there is only one proper answer. The person the witness saw that night was not Maximilian Galactica. That is why Trilo made the effort to greet whoever it was that he saw that evening. Or, good evening, as he put it. What in the world? You... Would the defense kindly explain who it was that Trilo saw that evening, then? He saw... Well, if he saw Regina, he would have done his proposal. Mo was knocked the hell out. Max was waiting patiently in the ringleader's room, and therefore... Considering the ill temper of the witness, there's only one person he would greet. It must be Regina. It's Regina, right? She's so cute. No, Your Honor. And while we can agree to platonically call someone cute, we cannot agree to the fact you can... Well, I guess you can platonically propose to someone because marriage can have legal benefits that you don't necessarily have to be in love to claim those benefits, but the fact of the matter is, a man your age cannot propose to a 16-year-old. But if it was Regina, Trilo would have given her the engagement ring. Oh, yeah, suppose you got a point. It was Russell Berry, the victim himself, was it not? You are correct. It was indeed Russell Berry. The person you saw that evening was the victim, the ringmaster, Russell Berry. That's why you greeted him, Trilo. Isn't that correct? A gulp? How does a puppet gulp? A puppet doesn't have, like, saliva to... Well, then again, it's ventriloquism, I suppose. Ben just has to gulp and do it in a way that it sounds like it's... Anyway, answer the question, Mr. Quist. Order, how do you respond to this? Wait a second. At first I thought it was the old man, but once I got a better look at him, it was obviously Maximilian Galactica. I think it's high time we clear the air about this question. Mr. Quist obviously witnessed a single person in the area of the plaza that evening. Problem is identifying who that person was. Was it Maximilian Galactica or the ringmaster, Russell Berry? The prosecution argues that it was the defendant the witness saw that night. The witness has clearly stated he saw the defendant's 3 symbols. 3 symbols? Alright, this is getting old. Come on, man, you've got to remember them by now. Here we go again. Everyone, all together now. Ow! Yes, we know. The silk hat, the cloak, and white roses. Silk hat and a cloak? Anyone could wear them. They'd even look good on me. What was that? You know what? I can kind of see it, actually. But not the point. Actually, I think they look better on your assistant over there. Not the point. The witness has endlessly repeated that he saw Max's 3 symbols. However, how do we really know it was Maximilian Galactica? Could have been someone else dressed up as him. Possibly even Russell Berry. What? Ms. Von Karma, do you have clear evidence that the person the witness saw was the defendant? Well, If that's the case, then it is impossible for me to make a judgment at this point. Heh, I think we finally won a point in this one. That is very unfortunate. Huh? You're just a little too excited for your own good, Mr. Phoenix, right? I thought you only got that excited for my little brother. Little brother? Isn't he older than you? But also, what do you mean by that? Not the excited thing, the other excited thing. You merely established one thing from this witness. You established that this witness saw one person in the plaza that night. I applaud you on your effort, but who that person was can only be answered by the next witness. Huh? Your Honor, the prosecution will provide, beyond a shadow of a doubt, an answer to that question and evidence that clearly establishes one thing. And she will do so in the next episode. Bye.